Our rules are simple, but the challenge is great. All dinos will be explored in this challenge, but only reasonable underdogs voted on by the community will be considered for grading. Equipped with official server cap saddles, our 19 contenders will be backed by the commanding presence of a loyal Uranus providing that extra boost. All competitors will go into battle with food to provide a healing effect. Herbivores will have plenty of sweet veggie cakes, and carnivores and omnivores will have cooked meat. It's important to note that tames in this series aren't typically used during boss battles because of the amount of mutations you need to make them competitive. But all dinos competing will have around 23,000 health and 1200% melee. This will give them all a fair shot at defeating at least one of the guardians. It won't always be feasible to reach these stats depending on the dinos I'm using, but I'll let you know the amount of mutations and levels it took in order to reach it. All competitors start out with 50 base health and melee and 40 points in everything else before I apply mutations and experience levels. You can decide on your own servers if the juice is worth the squeeze. Competitors are required to fight the megapithecus, broodmother, then dragon on all difficulties, starting with gamma, then beta, finishing with alpha. Their success will be annotated on this scorecard with a pass or fail system. Clearing all the bosses earns them a gold boom medal. Silver is awarded for clearing beta, bronze is for clearing gamma, and the chunk of shit is for an unworthy performance. Once all expansion creatures are finished, the gold medal winners will test their strength against the overseer for the finale. Now let's introduce our competitor and see if they have what it takes. Pyromane. This spicy kitty was introduced with the release of the center map. It can be found in volcanic regions and has a unique ability to transform between a rideable mount and a shoulder pet. The Pyromane can cook and dehydrate meat, provides outstanding insulation, takes flaming dumps, and can sleep to regenerate health up to 50%. The stats required for this competition were achieved with 28 mutations and 80 experience levels, 3 mutations and 30 levels went into health, and 25 mutations and 50 levels went into melee. Now let's see if they have what it takes. The green portal is fired up and the Underkittens are ready to pounce into the snowy arena of the Gamma Megapithecus and melt it to the ground. The Pyromane has a flame leap attack that the AI uses when it's enabled. I don't have it turned on right now, but I turn it on later. It's not worth using, so make sure you turn off AI attacks on the Pyromane if you use them for the bosses. The Pyromane has a low damage output, but they don't suffer from the bug most creatures have when they don't attack when in range. Underkitties successfully take down the Gamma Megapithecus, earning a pass. The Gamma Broodmother is up next, and the biggest thing I was curious about is if the Underkitties could block the Broodmother. They have no chance of beating the Broodmother in later stages if they have to do it in a straight up fight. Blocking the Broodmother will be key, and as you can see here, they're pretty effective at it. The Beta and the Alpha Broodmother are much faster than the Gamma Broodmother, so if their increased speed will pose a problem remains to be seen. For now though, the Underkitties take out the Gamma Broodmother, earning an easy pass. The Gamma Dragon is up next, and the toe-biting strategy is in full effect. Smaller creatures perform much better against the dragon than larger creatures because they can get up under his saggy titties to dish out some hurt while staying relatively safe themselves. The best part is the Pyromane doesn't take damage from the fire, which is probably the biggest threat in this fight. The Underkitties are easy to maneuver and they easily surround the dragon's cankles and make biscuits on his toes, putting his ass in the dirt and earning a solid pass, clearing the Gamma stage. Blue portal time means beta time, and the Beta Megapithecus is up next. The Underkitties have natural armor that caps out at 60, but it doesn't seem to matter when facing a weakling like the Megapithecus. Even at the beta stage, this guy is a simple boss to take out. If your creatures are able to dish out enough damage, then you can easily tank the Gamma and Beta Megapithecus with your Uranus. But things get a little bit sketchy in the alpha stage. The Pyromane might not be putting out a lot of damage, but it's consistent, and the Megapithecus' knockback helps them surround the Big 8 pretty easily. In the end, they're able to put him down and earn another pass. The Beta Broodmother is up next, and here's where the real fun begins. If the Underkitties can successfully block the Beta Broodmother, I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to be successful against the Alpha Broodmother. The Beta Broodmother is blocked early on, but as you can see, her speed allows her to get on top and move through the Underkitties, which is a bad sign. I'm able to reposition around the pillar in the cave, and the Underkitties are able to entrap the Beta Broodmother once again. I'm actually quite surprised at how a creature as small as the Pyromane is able to pull this off. They take down the Beta Broodmother, earning another pass. If you're interested in seeing the AI special attacks, here you go. My confidence is pretty high against the dragon since the Pyromane doesn't take fire damage. As you can see, the Pyromane flies all over the place and it doesn't really do that much damage. As I've learned in this series, positioning is everything with a creature like this, and the jumping attack just works against everything you're trying to do if you're trying to pin down a boss or position all your Underkitties behind the dragon, for instance. Even with the special attacks on, the Killer Kittens dish out plenty of damage and down the Beta Dragon on his second landing, earning a pass and clearing the beta stage. Red portal time means alpha time, and the Alpha Megapithecus is up next. I've been against the Pyromane for quite some time as I felt that a lot of people think it's kind of pay to win, and honestly, that may have been a little selfish of me. Sure, have your own beliefs, and I believe what I believe, but the point of the series isn't to make any certain stance on things like that, it's just to entertain. I don't want to restrict any content for y'all, and I honestly wish I made this video sooner. Plus, it gives me more opportunities to say weird shit about the broodmother, which is coming up next because the alpha megapithecus just got his ass beat. That's a pass. So last night, Mama Broods and I decided to go trick-or-treating since it was Halloween. We eventually did make it out into the neighborhood and got us some delicious candy, and I honestly thought that the night was going to be pretty good. She didn't complain once about her costume fitting correctly, which honestly, she was kind of spilling out of it. She really didn't make a great mime, but she likes to tease my fetishes from time to time. I dressed up as my hero, Commander Utes, and apparently, this bitch has a problem with that. You see, Commander Utes isn't quite all there anymore. He's died, like countless times, primarily by fire, and he has to get resurrected and cloned repeatedly. Over time, it has turned his poor little brain into mush, and well, he can be kind of weird now. He has some voyeuristic tendencies, and we had to talk to him in the past about it, but at one point he was just gone upstairs. As we're going through the neighborhood asking for candy, I was in the middle of trying to stop Mama Broods from swallowing someone's child when I caught Commander Utes outside someone's window hiding in the bushes. Now, it was clearly obvious what he was doing, or at least what I thought he was doing. You see, from our perspective in the street, it looked like he was watching some nice lady get undressed, but when I approached him, he actually had a giant poster of me taped to the window, which honestly brings more questions than answers. Mama Broods was pretty pissed off, so she killed Commander Utes right there on the spot in the street. He didn't even get to eat his favorite candy, dum-dums. I was able to resurrect him and erase his memories of last night, and we probably need to have a conversation about what happened, but he probably won't even understand me. For now, though, we had to come to this bitch's lair because it's bros before hoes, and the Pyromanes put Mama Broods down, earning a pass. The Alpha Dragon is up next, and I kept trying to absorb all the fire initially like an idiot. I did it in the first two fights too. Old habits die hard, I guess. And the Alpha Dragon's habit of not attacking things near his feet is gonna bite him in the ass, or the Pyromanes are gonna bite him in the ass. Either way, bring a bib because asses are getting eaten here tonight. When the Alpha Dragon takes off for the first time after the first engagement and he has around half health, that's a good sign. The Pyromanes have benefited tonight from terrible game mechanics, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And the Alpha Dragon is put down, closing the night off with another pass. Heading over to the scoreboard, the Underkitties are awarded a solid gold boom medal. This video marks a milestone for the channel. I have finally begun working on the Scorched Earth series for the Underdog boss battle, so be on the lookout for the first few episodes soon. Those videos are going to be a lot shorter than this, considering I only have to take on the Mana Core, but I'm going to do my best to create some fun content for you. Modded creatures will also be making an appearance at some point. Trust me, there's a lot planned for this channel in the future. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to help this community grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.